Hey everybody, I am back for my second makeup tutorial video. I'm here to teach you all one of my favorite looks from my favorite genre of makeup, which is bronzy makeup. I'm going to show you all how to do a bronzy kind of smoky eye that I use super often for nighttime occasions, whether I'm going out to dinner with friends, my family, I'm going to the theater, I'm going to the clubs, which I rarely do, or I at least have not gone to a club in probably like 2 years, 3 years. Anyways, that's beside the point, but this look is great for really any occasion, but I use it typically at night, but you're welcome to use it any time of day. Anyways, all right, let's get started. First, I'm going to prep my skin. I'm going to use Honest Beauty's Glow Primer, Everything Primer. Honest Beauty is such a rad brand because they're a clean beauty brand, so they're not full of toxins and chemicals that a lot of makeup brands unfortunately still are. It makes me so happy that clean beauty is becoming such a popular thing, because our skin is the largest organ of our bodies, so it's really important that we're putting safe products on it. Honest Beauty also is awesome because they're very affordable. So I'm going to prep my skin with that and take it down my neck as well. So I've finished prepping my skin. I just wanted to show you guys the color of the primer. See, it's real goldeny and shimmery, and that is, I'll add a little extra. That's really the look that we're going for when we're doing bronzy makeup. We want to add just a glowy, goldeny hue to our skin. So primer is a great way to achieve that. Alright, so now we are on to a foundation. Jouer, I used this same tinted moisturizer. It's not a foundation, it's a tinted moisture actually, but you're welcome to use a foundation. I just happen to love this tinted moisturizer, so it works as a foundation. It's very buildable. I used the same one in my previous video. I used a lighter color though in my previous video. I used the color Pearl. This is the color Glow. I recently added a little self-tanner to my skin, just because I know a lot of you, well, at least the girlfriends I've been in touch with have been saying they've been tanning a ton during this quarantine. I personally do not tan, I just burn, but I still love to look tan. So I put on some self-tanner just to give myself a little color. So I'm using the same brand, different color. So I'm going to apply that again all over my face, down my chest, so everything looks uniform and consistent. Okay, once I am finished applying my foundation, I'm going to move on to concealer. For the first two steps, primer and foundation, I used my hands. If any of you watched my video before, I used my hands for a lot of my face makeup steps. You don't have to, there are plenty of brushes out there. I just personally like how I can be very precise where I apply my makeup when I use my hands. So with my concealer, which is Becca in the color Butterscotch, I'm going to use my ring finger. It's about one shade lighter than the color I am right now. I'm just going to do that. See? And then I will blend that in with my ring finger as well. The heat from your hand will help the product absorb really thoroughly. So that's another reason I like to use my hands. Okay, once our concealer is blended in, we are going to powder. This step is called baking. It's very trendy right now. If any of you guys kind of keep up with any other beauty bloggers, you might see this technique used. I take a translucent powder. This one is Laura Mercier in translucent. I'm going to take a sponge. I'm just going to dip that in there. Coat it pretty well. If you guys can see this little chunk that's bitten out of my beauty blender, it's from my dog. She sneaks into my room, so I'm just going to apply it underneath my eye. She sneaks into my room and will take my makeup and destroy it. Don't worry, I thoroughly washed this after she did that, but I can't, she's done that to so many of my beauty blenders, and I can't just, I'm cheap. I don't want to just throw everything away, and I don't want to waste, but that's why there's that chunk bitten out of it. This is the work of my little dog Goldie. Anyways, so I apply that right underneath my eyes. I'm going to let that sit, bake. That's why they call it baking. It's kind of baking into your skin, if that makes any sense. And while I do my eyeshadow, it will also help if any of the shadow falls, it will catch it, and then it won't get stuck in my concealer and darken up my under eye. Okay, now we're gonna move on to eyeshadow. I have the Organic Skin Company shadow right now. These are cream shadows. I designed this palette myself. Well, actually my mom did, and she was very sweet and she gave it to me. The Organic Skin Company is, like it says in their name, organic. So they are also a clean beauty brand. And I like this brand because I find their makeup is not only clean, but it's high performance and has a lot of payoff. And sometimes that can be difficult to find with clean beauty. So I highly recommend their products. So I'm going to take this gold color right here called Highlights. Take that on my ring finger. I am going to press that all over my lid. Once you've applied that to both eyes, you're going to take a brush, any fluffy brush that you have that works for blending. I have chosen the Deluxe Concealer Brush by Real Techniques, and you're just going to blend out any harsh lines. Diffuse it out so you can't even really tell where it ends. Alrighty, next we are going to do some shadow. I used this palette in my previous video. It's important to me that I show you guys how you can use the same products for multiple looks. So that will definitely be a theme in my videos, is using the same products as much as I can to create different looks. So last time we used, this is, by the way, this is called Burgundy x9 by MAC, in case you haven't seen my previous video. I used this color Hawks, but today I'm going to use this one right above it called Antique. I'm going to take a base shadow brush by Real Techniques, put it in, put it on there, top it off, get off any excess. I'm going to apply that to my lid. Once I've finished applying the shadow to both eyes, I'm going to take my Deluxe Concealer Brush back and once again diffuse that shadow out. So our edges look as seamless as possible. If you guys can see it came down here a little bit, it dropped. I can fix that afterwards with concealer, and I'll show you how to do that, because sometimes it's inevitable that our makeup will extend too far out or drop, but it can always be corrected with concealer, so don't worry if that happens. It happens to us all. All right. We can even just take our finger too. Kind of go like that. It's probably not the most professional step I just taught you guys, but it worked, didn't it? I'll just blend a little bit more. All right. Okay. Next, we are going to highlight our brow bone. I have KKW Beauty highlighter stick in number 2. I'm going to use this side of it, which is like a shimmery. Sorry, my hands have marks on them, but I don't know if you guys can see that. It's a really pretty shimmery color. So I'm going to apply that right on my brow bone. And then, again, I'm just going to blend that in with my finger, ring finger. The ring finger is kind of the go-to finger in the makeup artist community. I don't know why, but everyone uses it. Or not just the makeup artist community, just anyone doing their makeup, really, I find, uses their ring finger to blend concealers and highlighters. All right, so that just lifts my eye up a little bit, lifts your brow up, gives it a little more dimension. I love adding highlighter to my brow bone. It's like one of my favorite steps. You guys also could use your Burgundy ×9 palette. You could take a shadow and get that same effect. I just prefer a cream, but you could take this color right here, put it on a little smudger brush, or even your ring finger, and just tap that in right there, and you would get that same effect. So you really can get a ton of mileage out of this palette. I love this palette. I'm gonna continue to use it in more videos, just to show you guys how much mileage you can get from one product. So anyways, okay, next thing, we are going to do some eyeliner. I have here Stilla Lionfish. It's like a perfect copper color. I'm going to apply that in my top waterline. There's multiple ways to apply eyeliner on your top waterline. You can lift up your eye like that and draw. I find that my eye freaks out whenever I do that. So what I do is I close my eye and just literally stick the pencil in there and draw. I'll show you guys how I do it on one eye. So as you guys can see, there was some fall down from my liner, but that's okay in this situation because we're going to go back to our eyeshadow palette, our color Antiqued, take a smudger brush. We're actually gonna apply a little bit underneath our eye anyways. Because we want this to be a bronzy smoky look. It's really not a look that needs to be perfect. I'm somebody who doesn't even really love super perfect plastic makeup. I really like it when makeup looks kind of a little worn, and that's just more my style. So if your lines are never perfectly straight, or you feel that your makeup doesn't look as perfect as it might look on some model or some beauty blogger, don't worry about it, because we all have our own individual styles, and for me, I kind of like that rock and roll messy look, but I think that's just because I have a secret desire to be a rock and roll chick, so. Anyways, all right, there we go. So we have completed it's a little heavier on this side. All right, that looks more balanced. All right, now we are going to swipe off our, oh, pardon me, we are actually going to do a mascara now. So I finished doing my mascara. I used Laura Mercier Caviar Volume. I used this mascara in my previous video as well. I did my top and bottom lashes. Next, we're moving on to brows. I have Lancome in the color Sable. I think this color matches my natural roots really well. And I personally like to keep my brows the same color as my natural hair color. So I'm just going to draw in lines that mimic the hair that I already have on my brows. That sounded so weird. I'm just copying the direction of the hairs just so they just look fuller. I don't know why that was so hard to say. Because this is so old, it lost its side with its spoolie. So I just have one here that I'm gonna use. And this will just blend that color in so you don't see the lines and your brows just look thicker and darker. So this step's really important because you want it to be blended in. There's nothing worse than seeing the lines in between your brow hairs. All right, we're done with the eyes. Now we are going to sweep off that powder underneath our eyes. If there's any excess, you can kind of sweep it around your face. So if you can see, it just really brightened that area underneath my eyes. Okay, next thing we're going to do is bronze. For my bronzer, I am going to use Soleil Tan de Chanel. It's a cream bronzer. I love this bronzer. This bronzer really works on any skin tone that is on the lighter side. It's not, they claim it's a universal bronzer. It's not. It does not work on darker skin tones that are darker than this. But I would say it would work on most Caucasian skin tones and lighter Asian skin tones. They definitely need to come out with one that works for skin tones that are darker than this. So I have a Bare Essentials brush, full flawless face. I'm just going to get that all in there. And I'm just going to bronze away. I'm applying it sort of how you would apply blush on the apples of my cheek and going up as well. This isn't contouring. I think sometimes people get confused with bronzing and contouring. I'm not contouring in this look. It's, I'm just applying bronze, this bronzy tone to wherever the sun would naturally hit my face, which would be the top of my forehead, my cheeks. It would hit the top of my nose too. I'll do a little there. I do my temples too, just because I have a larger forehead. And I love it. I love my large forehead, but sometimes I like to make it a little smaller. Alrighty. Next we're going to put on some blush. Nudestix in the nude. I also used this in my last video. Just going to do a little bit. If you guys watched my video, you know I'm not a big blush gal, so I'm just gonna do that. Put a little bit right on the apples of my cheek. Comes with a little brush, which is cool. Just to give myself a little more color. All right, now we will move on to lips. The lip liner that I chose is ULTA Beauty Dual Lip Liner. It has Dusty Mauve on one side and Rose on the other side. I am going to use Rose. For my lipstick, I'm going to use Charlotte Tilbury Very Victoria. I got this during the holidays. It's supposed to be a little ornament. Isn't that cute? I'm tempted to not even put lipstick on because I kind of like how this looks with my natural lip color, but let's go for it and see how it looks. Oh, I like that. Okay, cool. I've never used this lipstick before, and I've had it for a while. I think I got it 2 Christmases ago. Great color. If you guys want, you can put a little lip gloss over that. I have Becca Liquid Crystal Lip Topper Glow Gloss. Say that 10 times quickly. But I'm gonna put a little bit on. I'm not a huge gloss person though either. But this is a really pretty one, and I'm just going to do a little bit right in the center of my lip. It'll highlight it. It'll give it a little highlight. Sorry if I'm mumbling. My coffee is wearing off. Okay, I think we're basically done. The last thing you could do, which I often do at the end of my makeup, is I go back to my highlighter stick, the KKW Beauty one, and I will put a little bit of it there, right on my Cupid's bow. So, guys, that is the final look. I really hope you enjoyed this makeup. Sorry, I'm like studying myself and trying to talk, but I cannot multitask. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. Maybe you guys will recreate this look and can show me, because I would love to see that. Anyways, I'll be back this weekend. I'm going to do a Mother's Day look, so you and your mama can be in matching makeup. Anyways, all right. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Bye.